Hello and welcome back. It's Thongs of Six, the Billionaire City Build. If you're new to this channel or this series, welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Just wanted to say thank you. I'm always put back by the amount of people who are like tuning into these videos and keeping up. I hope I am teaching you something, or at least showing you something interesting you've never seen in this game before. Or am inspiring you to make your own beautiful billionaire cities of your own. Either way, thank you. You guys are awesome. You can see that they're bringing in the goods. Look at all that iron. We need lots and lots of iron. I need lots and lots of weapons. I need lots and lots of armor. You can see they're in this little area here in the middle. I need to start selling good chunks of stuff because we're at 500,000. I need to get back up to 1 million. I need my knowledge to get back up. I need this city to be ready to fight our neighbors because West Fuckrick, and Fuckberg are not going to be able to hold. Oh, we're also going to take Brick and Break, which I had sent an army to, which will take a little while. And then we're going to have to fight our neighbors, whom are very strong. In order to fight these guys, I'd like to have a standing army of people who are not mercenaries. And speaking of which, let's get rid of these guys as they're no longer needed. And we can just keep the army placed there. Fuckrick is getting a little more happiness. They're very unhappy though, and I will figure that out in a minute. But we need to figure out what we're going to do with Thoroughly, who has got a lot of power. I've been sending embassy people, what are they called? Emissaries, stupid, to talk to this guy because he's a Dundarian and he's their. Does it say what his actual role is in there? It doesn't really say what his role is. He's just like one of the people underneath the king here, Jackster the 11th. He rules with cruelty. He's not too opposed to us. He actually likes us. But we want to make this guy like us, and we want to make him the leader. If he likes us and he's the leader, then we can kind of just have an ally on this side of the map, and I don't have to worry about him. But I do want to take him out eventually. Our capital is just not big enough. We do not have enough people. We're kind of just shuffling around people currently. And that's where I'm going to start to do stuff like this. So we have 20 mechanics, 400 pieces of machinery. That's good. Smelters, we can keep at, we'll put at 20. And I usually don't go over this stuff for the videos, but for this one specifically, I'd like to. Our pastures just don't have any animals, so that's why. Could have sworn when oh, actually, I know what happened. I had a livestock salesperson here selling livestock at 100%. So they were selling everything we were getting. So when we get above like 25, they should sell. But we don't have guys working right there. And I need to get some livestock. So I might import a few just to get those fields going. Because they're going to take a while. Or I might kill all my orcs in order to get that. Because we need some leather. You can see we've got a good portion of fruit coming in every year, 1.5k every year. So we're going to add like another orchard eventually and so forth. It's going to take a little bit of time for me to start to work on that half when I've got all of this region here to work with. Can I get through? No, they can't. But I will see you all in a minute after I complete all of my building. I have no plan in mind. I'm just gonna go wing it like I usually do. And I see the one. Look at that. Goddamn bastard. Didn't do their job. Anyways, I'll see you guys in a minute. Hello and welcome back. Welcome back. Although it's only been a few seconds for you, it's been a few hours for me. I know I always go over the same old little plaza, but this is my favorite part of the map. This area. I need to put more janitors in. Although there's 20 guys. working over here, they still seem to be kind of struggling. But as you can see, I put in some new royal buildings or chambers, and we've got two new nobles. We added a noble of treasure or master builder and a master of industry. And you can see my guys are still dirty, and that's something I'm gonna work a little more on in the next one. I'm still working on it. I spent this whole episode trying to get their services up. So I went around placing a bunch of wells. It didn't seem to do very much. Oops, there's some spots that are missing in here. It didn't seem to do very much. I'm gonna need a lot more wells. I don't know why they aren't really reaching as many people as they should be, but I'm putting them in like central locations. It also seems like janitors aren't really doing their jobs either. We're gonna fix that. But what I worked on in this episode is I got another library. I got our knowledge to like 100k. I upgraded all of this. I put more points into admin. Gem mining, as you can see, we've got 2.7k gems. Look at that. Look at that. Now that's a bad boy right there. That's a full warehouse of gems. We get another jeweler right here. So we're just exporting jewels. We're not exporting gems. Because you get a boost if you look in your environment for gems. So the amount of gems and Sithlon and rations you have, the better your storage will be. We also have another mine. I built that mine, I built this mine, and that's to help this new Temple of Athuri. So we have another Temple of Athuri. Hopefully we'll be sacrificing enough to get our religion up to 75% and then 100%. In order to do that, we need to be constantly sacrificing Sithlon, which we are not making enough yet. Eventually we'll have enough people to do that, but right now we don't. I might switch out the gem miners for that, but it's just kind of something to work on in the future. Although we do have some vacancies in here, it seems like. Other than that, on the home front, we haven't done much. We completed the wall. This wall is completed. It goes all the way across the northern sector. I added a few more decorations. You can see I added a well here. I added a rest home and some more housing here. A janitor here. And that's it. Didn't do too much on that because I've been focused on the world map. So we've got Army 2, which technically is Army 1, and Army 2. We could probably change that to Army 1. I don't know why it had 2. So these guys are a regional division of 105 Dundarians. They have 33% training, they have 8 armor and 8 weaponry. They're pretty good. They have 8.5k power. Then we have a regional division of 105 Talapis with 2 bows each. They're not very powerful, but they've got bows. Same with these humans, they've got 4 armor and 4 weapons and 33% training. Not super powerful, but just something to contend with. And we have an army over here in West Falkirk being made of the same type of Dundarians and similarly trained Cretonians. They all have 32% melee training at max. I don't know if there's a way to buff that higher, but these guys only have 1 weapon and 1 armor because I don't want to give them too much. That helps with this. So I've kind of figured out even more of what's going on. This percentage here is how much the people like you based off their race. So you can see that's the total pop, 1.6k. You can see there's 459, 100, 154, etc., etc. That's the total population of people in this area. I have these buildings here. I can be working on to get the population for Dundarians growing. I may as well do that because it's only going to take build points, and we have plenty of them. This area is a little harder to deal with. I had to build highways because they are further away, and I've also had to post an army up outside their business because they're so unhappy with the way things are. Their population size is just too high. So when you get this kind of situation where their population is too high, it's honestly better to destroy the population, actually kill them all, and then start anew. That's my recommendation for you. If you get a city farther than, like, let's say Fuck Rick or Fuckburg. I gotta love the names. So Fuck Rick is not too far, but he's farther away. As you can see, I think that's the area of his thing. That's his fertility. There is a distance meter. I do not know. It tells you the distance from where you are to them. And that's something that causes them to be unhappy. I don't know why I can't find it right now, but there's a way to see it. And so Fuck Rick is not as happy with us. They're okay. They have +1. I could get them a little happier, but for the moment they're pretty happy. And they also produce goods, which I kind of didn't understand. So they send 30 clay, 212 coal, no gems, and no Syphilon, but that's because they're not upgraded. I think you have to upgrade them to actually get you to get something from them. I'm not working on that currently, as I've been working on Fuckburg. Fuckburg, you can see, has literally plus like 80, 90, 140. So these people are very happy. We could get Amevians, we could get more humans, we could do more of that, but I really don't care. They've got a good population size. They're giving me great taxes, 2.1k. I believe that is every day, or every other day, or every couple of days. They're paying taxes. They have highways, so each group has highways, which allows me to send troops and resources back and forth quickly over their area. And we tried to take Brick and Break. We sent a mercenary army over there and kind of expunged all of our resources in our treasury very quickly, and we were unable to keep the mercenary army posted here, causing Dutchwell Hartwin here to come in and beat up Brick and Break and take it from us. So we are basically sandwiched between two large factions that we're going to need to beat up. But I looked at our army's power, and it's 23.8, and if I look at this group here, they've got 38.62, which makes me think that that's their total power. I don't know if this power here is equivalent in any kind of way. I do not believe it is, but we have roughly 310 guys of pretty decent training. Let's see, actually, Brick and Break. So they have 38.81, and they have these 2,464 guys. But when you see 2,461 guys, it seems like a lot. They're mostly untrained. They're mostly just conscripts with nothing on. So 600 or 800 well-trained guys will beat the hell out of them pretty evenly. And to that, I should mention that to conscript each region here, Fuckburg has its own population for conscripts. So you see 140 here. Fuck Rick has its own population for conscripts right here, based on the barracks and the population. So it looks like, yeah, if I built a barracks over here, we could get better populations for training going. Right here, barracks. So we'll build the barracks because we've got spare points for that, and that will allow us to get more people. That way I can create larger divisions, and you can see I've got 100 available for the Crotonians, 30 on the Amevians, 19 Talapis, 64 Garthimes, and if I went over here to this region, they'll probably have like 100 or 160 Crotonians. They'll have like a good number more. I believe I conscripted the 105 Dondarians from this region. That's why there's none. And the same with the Talapis. They regrow slowly over time. So if you went to war with your neighbor here, with your conscripted army, and you lost your entire army, you can't just go back and summon 600,000 more guys. They literally have to be made. And we also built this little warehouse so that we could store goods for here. But other than that, we are just waiting we're playing the waiting game. We're trying to get our money up there. We're trying to get our weapons and armor up there. Our 600 guys who protect the city are extremely well equipped in comparison to any army that might come at us. And I'm considering maybe eventually allowing Talapis. Maybe. Potentially. Because they're really good bowmen. And they would be awesome to have. But I kind of don't know if I can fit them into this whole plot I've got going here. Especially with how many Dundarians and Cretonians live in this city. Or sorry, just Dundarians. Talapis hate Dundarians. But I'm pretty excited. Like I always say, I've just never been this far on my own cities. I've never had world armies that are being supplied. And I'm supplying them via funds that I'm making. So I'm buying rations. I'm buying alcohol. I'm buying clothing. I'm not making any of it. Everything I'm selling here, these arms and armor, I sell about 180 per batch at 300 right now. They were 179 to 190 before. So we weren't making as much money. And that's when my money starts to dip down a little bit. But then I started to sell livestock, the excess bits of that, and I need to sell the excess bits of leather now. We're selling roughly 15 to 30 pieces of jewelry per batch, and the same we sell about 100 or so at, ooh, it's 98 for cut stone right now. It was 55 before. So we're selling it at a very high price, and we're importing it at 11. So we're basically making a quadruple profit off that. And cotton, I have no clue where the cotton's coming from. I think that they're picking it in the fields, but I also think that we're getting it delivered to us daily by Fuckrick. Or, yeah, Fuckrick. Fuckrick is sending the... No. Fuckberg is sending it. Are they? No, they're not sending shit. It's West Fuckrick. I don't think they're sending anything of note. We keep getting a lot of cotton, though, and I keep selling large portions of cotton. So, makes Happy Fiend very, very happy. Can't wait for the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.